We are live at 2012 Sun Belt Football Media Day in New Orleans. I'm Dan Harrelson, and let's talk about the Florida Atlantic Owls. First-year head football coach and Carl Pelini. Coach, how are you doing this morning?
Good. How are you, Ben?
Pretty well. Let's talk about your first season with Florida Atlantic. Of course, you come over from Nebraska as you're the defensive coordinator with your brother, Bo Pelini there. You obviously have the facilities at FAU, and recruiting will be there. So what is the plan for year number one and beyond with FAU?
Well, I think that there's a number of things. In the recruiting, obviously, we've got a ton of talent in our backyard. But, you can fall into the trap in college football in South Florida just chasing 40 times. And I think you really got to go out and you got to sign good football players too and strike that balance on your roster. And really look at the schools like the Armlets and the St. Thomas Aquinas that really play good quality brand of well-coached football. The other thing, is you can't settle. I think that's really important in that you really set your sights high in recruiting, and I think it doesn't lead to a lot of early commits right away, but I think, recruiting's a marathon, like they say, and you stay with these guys and develop these relationships, and you win on a few guys in the end. You beat a Big East school or two, and you really land some top-notch players. And so, for us, the important thing has been getting a lot of guys on campus, which we have. A lot of unofficial visitors rolling through because we're so accessible to them, and developing really great personal relationships with the high school football players in our area, regardless of how highly they're being recruited. Because number one, you win on a few in the beginning, and then number two, if they go somewhere else and they don't like the weather, they already have a relationship with you, and they come back and transfer to your place. So you can hit it on both ends and really bring, upgrade the talent level in your program.
Well, this is a football program that debuted in 2001, and you're obviously the second head football coach other than Howard Schnellenberger, the legendary Howard Schnellenberger, I might add. This is a program that has been to two bowl games, 2-0 bowl record. So that's pretty impressive, already having two bowl wins. Now, the whole mindset you hear people say is when you're building a football program, you pretty much want to start on the defensive side of the football. You're obviously a defensive-minded football coach. Do you continue that to recruit defense first and then build into your offense, or do you just get everybody at once?
I think we get everybody at once. We've tried to recruit to every position on the team, upgrade the talent everywhere. You should get a little bit better with each recruiting class if you're doing your job. And so, we've tried to look to address the needs on both sides of the ball. And in this first year, we're changing schemes dramatically from what they've been on both sides of the ball, too. So we've really leaned a lot on the junior college recruiting and to have some immediate impact players, probably more so in this first year than we will in the future.
Well, you play FIU, obviously. They're in the Sun Belt, your rival team in the conference. Any ideas maybe scheduling in the future with your Miamis, your Florida States, South Floridas, those type schools to keep that in-state rival games going or started up?
Yeah, we signed a 3-game contract with Miami, kind of a home and home. We have South Florida on the schedule coming up here fairly soon, and you just got to be real smart about your scheduling, and obviously you got to play some money games, but at the same time, you can service your department just as well by filling up your stadium. And one thing about coaching in South Florida is there's a lot of interest in playing us amongst some really good programs for home and homes, just because they want the exposure of playing in South Florida. So yes, we'll continue to develop rivalries within South Florida. We also look to play some unique opponents, and in the future bring some opponents in the Boca that'll marquee matchups that our fans will want to come out and see.
Well, I was down at FAU last year for the UAB FAU game, and I was very impressed with the new stadium there. What was your initial reaction of the football stadium?
Well, it's top notch. I think they did a great job in all aspects. A lot of times it looks beautiful, but the infrastructure
Well, Coach Pelini, I know you have to make your rounds at Sunbelt Media Days and talk to other media members, but I just want to thank you for coming on for a few minutes and discussing year number 1 with the FAU Owls for you.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
All right, good luck this season.